Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you are. Uh, Within this record video, I would like to make a review plan for the preparation exam for the PMI-ACP exam. My name is Mahmoud Nassar, and many of you asked me for doing a kind of English revision for the same lecture I was doing before in Arabic. There is a review plan, while it's posted in my YouTube channel and Facebook channels. And here's a video focused only for the people who are preparing themselves for the exam. So they are now having like 2 or 3 weeks before the exam, can be 1 month before the exam, but they already finished the study site and the study plan, and now they are in the step for preparing themselves for the exam, start to solve exams or questions for exam preparation. Before we start or we go with the review plan or the plan for preparation for the exam, let's say how the exam is structured. So according to BMI ACB, the exam content outline is containing 120 questions. 100 of them are scored and 20 of them are unscored. During the exam, you will not know which is scored and which is not scored. So work for the 120 the same. Don't get bothered or say this one is outside, but put in your mind there will be 20 questions, maybe totally new for you, maybe you don't know how to solve them, but PMI is putting them as a reference for the PMI site. The exam's duration is 3 hours and it's structured like this. Domain 1, which is Agile Principle and Mindset, 16%, which is average of 9 tasks. Or sorry, the task, it contains 9 tasks. Domain 2, 20%. Domain 3, stakeholder engagement, 17%. Domain 4, team performance, 16%. Domain 5, adaptive planning, 12%. Domain 6, problem detection and resolution, 10%. Domain 7, continuous improvement, product, process, and people, 9%. So if you focus with the exam, you find like domain 3, or sorry, domain 2, 3, 4, and 5, they are the core part of the exam. Yes, still domain 1, 6, and 7 having a lot of information, and you need to pass them and make sure, but you need an average to understand everything within these domains. There is also another structure for the exam site. The other structure contains or depend on agile tools and techniques. The exam part is 50% for agile tools and techniques, and another 50% for agile knowledge and skills. If we go for the part or section for agile tools and techniques, which is cover also 50%, you will find under this 50% there is 10 knowledge sections. First part is communication, second planning, monitoring and adapting, agile estimation, agile analysis and design, product quality, there is soft skills negotiation, value-based prioritization, risk management, matrix, and value stream mapping or value stream analysis. Under each one, there is also more information. For example, if we go for communication, in under communication, there is like you need to know or to be aware about the information radiator, team space, agile tooling, automatic communication. For planning, monitoring, and adaptive, you need to know about retrospective, time boxing, iteration, extra or etc. Agile estimation, you need to know about relative sizing, story points, wide band Delphi, planning booker, and estimating. For agile analysis and design, you need to know about product maps, wireframes, charting, agile modeling, and so on. So you need also to know about product quality, soft skills negotiation, value-based prioritization, risk management matrix, value stream analysis, like knowing about value stream mapping and etc. Knowing about these 10 sections or these knowledge sections and the content of each one, you know about 50% of the knowledge of the exam. So what about the other 50%? The other 50% actually is divided also in another 100%. So 65% from this 50% is called level 1, and the level 2, which is 25%, and then there is level 3, which is 10%. Level 1, which we call about the knowledge, agile knowledge and skills, you from the skill side, you need to know about active listening, Agile Manifesto value and principles, assessing and incorporating community and stakeholder value, and so on. So you have like 17 of them. You need to read each one and you need to be aware what each one means. Then level 2, which is Agile frameworks and technology or terminology, building high performance teams. Level 3, for example, Agile contracting methods, Agile project accounting principles, and so on. Put in your mind these 2 pages while you are preparing for the exam. If you understand everything in these 2 slides, especially these 2 slides, and you are aware about the content of each one, then you cover a lot the information required in the exam. So if you don't know any of them, just go for a video in YouTube or any course, either my course in Arabic or any course like Joseph for English or any other courses, or search over the internet to find the information what this term means and how you can expect it in the exam. Also in my book you'll find a lot of terminology such this one. Okay, now we move more or we go deep for the information. Now I have like 2 weeks, or as we mentioned, like we have like 3 weeks. And this question actually is repeated question to myself. It's coming a lot to me. I have like 2 or 3 weeks. What should I do for preparation for the exam? First thing, you need to make sure that you go through these 4 documents. First one, which is lesson learned PMI-ACP. Now it's version 3 actually, not 2. So it's version 3. And in Arabic it's still version 4. Then you go for another document. You need to go through each one of these ones and read it deeply and understand also each line what it means. So lesson learned, PMI-ACP version 3. Very important notes from PMI-ACP domains, Scrum events or ceremony, and PMI-ACP domains study notes. All of these 4 documents, you can find them easily in the Facebook group Agile Tips and Tricks. If any of them you are not able to find, just reach me and I will provide it to you. Okay, I read these 4 documents and now I understand the previous 2 slides. What should I do next? The next steps you should do, you should first solve my question on Agile practice guide. There are 100 questions based on 2 exams. You can find them under my courses, where I advise you really to read the Agile practice guide. Then solve these 100 questions. If you don't have time or you to read the Agile practice guide, you can go directly to solve the questions. But my advice still, try to find the time to read the Agile practice guide. It will help you a lot to understand part of the exam. Then go and solve the free questions from the Prepcast. Prepcast has a lot of packages and questions online, but for the exams, you have 78. Sorry, they have 78 questions on their website where you can go and solve them and measure yourself how you solve the questions. The questions are quite good, and I advise you to solve them. Then you have 4 completed exams, which is called PMI-ACP Real Exam, Practice Exam. This is my exams. They are really will measure you a lot and will give you a lot of guidance how to solve the questions within the real life and also within the practice exam and real exam also. Then I advise you all also to solve the head first exam. There are 120 questions at the end of the book. It's quite tough one. It's not easy one, I would say. Sometimes even many people say it's harder than the real exam. And really, I advise you to solve it and read your questions, read the questions carefully and then answer them. If you still have time and you are able to solve more, go and solve more. The exam question will not go outside of this content. For sure, there will be new questions. That's why don't memorize the questions while understand. Try to understand the question, understand why the correct answer is like this, and why when you got it wrong, why the wrong answer is like this. So don't memorize anything, understand. One of the points, for example, also this one is this note in Arabic, but I will put translate it in English. This is a kind of what is the notes and lesson learned from the Agile Practice Guide exam. Sorry, Agile Certified Practitioner exam. If you have a PMB based change management aspect, so if you are PMB certified or you work with a waterfall methods or you are coming from the traditional method of project management, sometimes it's hard to answer the questions because your mindset still not switched to agile mindset. So try to forget a bit the mindset of PMB while it's a bit different in the agile way. So as a P also as in the PMB exam, some of the questions have more than one correct answer. Usually try to choose the best. What does mean? It means that you will have in the question you will have four answers A, B, C, D. Two of them easily to remove, while other two they are close to the correct answer. But there is one either it will happen first, and this is usually when it comes to the questions where the question is saying what you will do next. So this is the first answer. Then there is question or answer better than other one, or as a agile mindset part, we bring this answer first. Also, it is important, as we mentioned before, to go through these areas like value stream maps, Kanban board, burn down chart, information radiators, interpersonal skills, servant leadership, and so on. These are really important points you need to cover. That's all from my side now. I hope you all will be able to pass the exam. Make sure that you go through the documents which is mentioned here for document, and also you go through these questions and exam and be ready for seeing a lot of questions, and don't memorize anything, just think agile and change your mindset, and hope you all will be passing the exam. See you soon.